I'm live. I'm live. I wanted you to listen to something I said to somebody, and I'm not sure if this should be public or this should be private. So let me listen to what I think. I think I can share.
Hold on a second. This is 3 hours long. You watched it 4 times. You're like one or two really good friends, and the word. I want to know all the majority of the words and all the majority for in this project. I want to listen to this guy, and like I mentioned before, for me, I just want to hear the word. I want to know all the majority of the words in the world. I want to know if it's really real that red exists and that they spell it R-E-D. And is it real that yellow
R-E-D, and then all of a sudden I see the word powder. And then I see, this is really very strong. I have to just turn off this page for a second. And just 1 second, where is it? Oh, yes. I was sent this by somebody, not just anybody, but by somebody that's definitely always worthwhile, that you have to look at what they send you. And, oh, yes, okay. Oh, it wasn't there, it was here. Okay, it was here. It was like, I'm not sure what her name is. I think it's Christian. Yeah, that's what it is. It's Christian. S and T inside there. S-T and I. Just give me a second. Yes. You want to come up? Tell me anything you want. I'm at your service just about. Right? Because we don't speak properly, or because our communication is very low between the 9 lives of the cat and I'm the mere creation of 10. BCD. DCD 432. Multiplication and addition will create your 33. So I've been hearing, right? Christ. I've been hearing free and land together. I've been seeing power. Now, when you get the power, you might use the word G-U-N, like they say gun, like being under the gun. Mean under the gun, apparently in poker, is next to act. And the thing for next to enactment is only those who can be the runner-up. Runner-up. And runner-up, right, to first, second, and third. In fact, I'm going to put first as Mars. I'm going to say first, is gold. I'm going to say second is Earth. And I'm going to say that's silver. And I'm going to put third. Now, this is a little cuckoo, right? Now, we got to put this together. Find me a word for this. Because it has to do with electric company. But Monopoly says electric company is 4 times the dice, and then when you own both of them, it's 10 times the dice. Owning electric company and water works. So it's EC and WW. So it's 5355. Okay. And you got to know where everything is. You have to understand this. You must understand this. You must look at the calculator, look at the letter positions of every single letter, go to the ATM, see the difference. There's a story in everything I've said, even the missing story of the skeleton I just put before you. What if I took this cube and planted it in place of every single one of these? They would have 6 sides. They would be implemented with 21 dots. So every single cube is 21 dots. I have 9 on the top, 9 by 21, 189. 9 on the bottom, 189. That's 378. And in the center, you only have 8. So that's 8 by 21 is 168. Ironic, there's 168 hours in a week going around one element. A 616, a touchdown to the extra point formation. The reason for that, okay, is monopoly. Everybody thinks, oh my God, it's 40 is to go around the board. Yes, 40 is to go around the area space in what was made into a game, put onto the board of Monopoly, in which every single corner has 4 squares. There are 4 of these squares to a corner. There are 2 to a property. Every property gets 2 between the corners. Counting that every area space in between the corners, call it property. Every property is 1 by 2, so 2 for every 1. There are 9 areas between each of the 4 sections of Monopoly. So 9 by 2 is 18, 9 by 2 is 18, 9 by 2 is 18, and 9 by 2 is 18. 18, 18, 18, 18, 72. Now we have 4 corners. Each corner has 4 squares, 4, 8, 12, 16. Let me tell you one thing, they have to do it purple, and you're going to go with the 4 ball and the 12 ball and pull. 1 and 2 is 3. That's what it does. That's what it does. It just does that. It is what it is. If you want, ask me the question why, I'll tell you why. Why does it match up? Why is that what it is? And you know that 3 and 4, they're the closest to the E world because it's 3.5, which separates this cube. And the center one to this, okay, the last marking of 21, 168 and 21, that center, if it wasn't the 6, you know, it's a 6, it's what spins all the way around. Now, if we can say the center owns it, that means the center will own here, 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 and here, and automatically I know. Okay, remember what I was saying? I'm going to look at this and this and this. Okay, each one of these are individual cubes, right? I take this cube, I know there's 21 dots. They're all reverse 7. Remember that. They're all reverse 7. So there are 8 cubes around the center. I should write this down. There are 8 cubes, okay, around the center. And there's one in the center. The one in the center, hold on, I just got a message. I have to answer it. Whoop. Yeah, sorry about that. So what happens, okay, it's 21 dots. So it becomes 168, where we said the Monopoly board, right, has these 4 corners where there's one single area chip in the center. And in between here and here, there are 18, 18, 18, 18. 4, 4, 4, and 4. So there's 16 to the corners. And there's 72 on the inside. So with that, you're going to have a total of 88. This is the number that's going to bring you into bronze and a gateway, another gateway within Mars. 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7, just to say that. Now, this is going to get split up over here. And when it gets split up, it becomes 8 and 8. And then this one's going to get split up. And it's going to be 8 and 8. And then this is going to split up, and this is going to be 8 and 8. And then it's going to be 8, 2, 8, 8, 2, 8, 8, 2, 8, right? And then it's going to be 8, 2, 8. And the reason for this is this area here belongs to the trains. And now, if you know how the trains work, they own both sides of the track. So instead of being this, once the trains begin to own both sides of the track, right? Whoops, sorry about that. They're now going to have 3 areas, the trains, and here, okay? And then it's going to happen over here, right, for the trains, and then it's going to happen here for the trains, right? And when this happens and the trains own this area, now there's going to be 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. This is going to be 6, 6, 6, and 6, 6, 6. What's going to happen is you're going to have 3 properties, 3 properties, and 3 properties. And the reason for that is because 2 of the properties, one on each side of the train, and here's one section for the train, and this counts for 2, and this counts for 2, and 222. So you're going to have 2 and 2 and 2 area making up 2 equals 2 squares, or let me to 2 pixels. Let me want to call it pixels, right? There's 2 ways to look at this. Remember, that's the dot and the dash. You can look at one of these lines, or you can look at the in-between area here, right? In-between area. These are all in-between area, right? All in between area. I'm assuming this area possibly is 35 to 1, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I haven't calculated yet. I do know that when you're in roulette and you see an area and you place a chip on it, it's 35 to 1. But I have to understand the sizing of it in order to take it to another dimension. So this is how we're going to see Monopoly. It's going to be 1 in the center. And now what you're going to do is you're going to run the whole way down this way, right? So if I really want to redo Monopoly, right, Monopoly is going to look like this. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then here's my corner. And then I'm going to do the same thing. 1. Whoop, hold on a second. And then this one here. Just want to show you what happens. I'm going to show you the whole thing. It's not no use showing you just half of it, right? Just have a few other things on the agenda I don't want to forget, right? I have two. Let me not leave this out. Yes, chess. Yes, I have to talk. We have to talk about that because we can have 8x8 in chess, right? But what about the stitching? I'm trying to think that every time you change a color, you also change the stitching, right? Like the stitching on a baseball. We have to learn more about the void, what we don't see, what we do see. So did we do this right? I went up too high. Let me see. Here's the center. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this was it right here. It was here. It was here. So now when we run this down here, down here, down here, down here. I'm not going to do it up top. I don't want to make a mess out of it. I'm already a little bit messy, right? So Okay, so what happens now is see the center area here, right? That's one area. I'm not finished talking about this yet. We're going to get back to this. I want to finish Monopoly so we can understand possibly this a little bit more. I hope you didn't forget where I was. Golden spirals like a cowboy. I can't believe you said that, cowboy, because I was with someone today and this person said to me, "Oh, I bet you looked at that cowgirl going in, right? I bet you looked at that cowgirl going in." Chinese checkers, is that the one with the little balls and the little holes? Remember, because in Chinese checkers, every single hole has a shape between it. So if you see a hole here, and you see a hole over here, and you see a hole over here, and you see a hole over here, there's a shape, right? There's a shape, right, between it, right? Could be the H, could be the I. I don't know who's going where. The shapes that we need, different shapes. You see them all the same, right? But they're not. When the snowflake falls, it's telling a different story every time it falls. This one over here is cutting through the heart. Each one of these cuts through the heart of Jesus. Each one of these flakes. Now the question is, you see these flakes? These flakes are not the same, and these are Mars flakes, by the way. They're not Earth flakes. These are Mars flakes. And I think I started on the last page, right? The snowflake. I got to go to the snowflake. And that's belongs to Mars. The same way first belongs to Mars and gold. Right? Now I'm trying to understand that the Taurus, I want to know if the Taurus is part of Mars, because Mars cuts through this line here, right here. If I had to do Earth and do the same thing, you see, Earth is supposed to be like this, where Mars was supposed to be like this. And when you run through Mars, you run this way and you run this way. Now, depending on how we're going to draw up these eights, if I draw them like this, Mars can only draw straight lines like that. Those are Mars. Now, if I did the same thing through here, I would have to run this over here, through here. What's happening in here? I'd have to, again, do this same design in order to see. I haven't really done this before. Why I'm saying it's Mars is because Mars, seeing that it's one, being a single line, right? So if Mars is a single line, what we have to do for Mars, because it's the fourth planet, right? And just one line can go through here, and one line can go through here, and one line can go through here, and one line can go through here. As Earth, right, gets this piece over here, right? And then when we complete the Earth scenario, it looks like that. Earth is a 3x3 scenario, and Mars is a 2x2 scenario. Earth is Mars 2x2, 4 and 4 equals to 8. Earth 3 and 3 equals to 6, and 9 equals to 15. Now the thing about that is A, B, C, D, E equals to 15. The A, B, C equals to 6, and the B, C, D equals to 9. So it shows you that within Earth, the total within Earth is going to connect to BCD and ABC within this. Here you have your 6 and 9 in rotation, which is created from 3 and 3. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. Creating your 6 and 9 equals to 15. Now, if you want to see what happens in what world, where do we get that 100%? How did we reduce? I think I'm missing something over here. Yes, I am. I'm missing the A, B, C, D equaling to 10. This is your Jack. This is your 10. This is your first mirror. The reason for that is what happens here is 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 6. You add the 4, it equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. We now flip over from this side of the pancake to this side of the pancake. This will bring both the 6 and 9 worlds together through BC, creating E. BCE, maybe we'll look at it as Bell Canada Enterprises if you want. So this world here gets a reduction of 1.5. It just so happens that Mars, the value to the numeric value of Mars is 51, to the numeric value of Earth is 52. Just give me a second, my light keeps turning on and off. Yeah. So Earth, so that 1.5. Now, when you go to the game, I don't know if I have enough paper here, but when you go to the game of blackjack, right? They go blackjack 21. So now we're going to get back over here to show you where I am to see that I don't lose my place, because I usually do. I want to see why I was on that. There was a reason for it. Yes, the cube is 21. 33 on the cube, since it's 21, since there are 6 faces to Rubik's Cube, let's see if we can back this up. Remember, this is like this, a lot of pieces that come together. Rubik's Cube. Just the way the word breaks down. So we have 21 dots, and that is the letter U. In blackjack, we stand, right? Stand. We stand on 17. And when we stand, right, the 4 is going to be up. Sorry, the 3 is going to be up. The 3 is going to be up, and you're going to have 14 around. The reason for that is because what happens, you're going to have 3 up, and you're going to have 6, 1, 2, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 5 is 14. See, if I had the 4 up, it'd be 18. This one is 17, 17 and 18. Mars and the sun coming together. Where do I get that from? The sun is number 54. Mars is 51. 3 by 18 equals 54. 3 by 17 equals 51. 9 and 6. Before I showed you that Earth was 52, that Mars was 51. 51 and 52 equals 103. Mercury is 103. September is 103. The ninth month of birth, the 273 days, 273 days in the house of Bate is your creation, right? You have to play with this number. This is just a skeleton. It means more as you move it around. Whether you put the 1 in front, whether you put the 2 in front, depending on what number. I don't have all the results. I don't have stories for everything. I'm going to just take a short little break. Make sure I don't forget anything, because I'm still around. I still know that we're on Rubik's Cube. I still know that we didn't finish the Monopoly. I still know we went on to blackjack. And the funny thing about blackjack is, right, when you stand on 17, you're standing on silver and gold, because the initials for when you have ST, right, in stand, you have ST. So that's for first. And when you have second, you have ND. ST and D, you stand. And the value is 1.5 that you're standing on, because between 1 and 2 is 1.5. 51 is for Mars, 15 minutes, 15-minute quarters. If we want to move to hockey, We're going to be talking about 120 degrees if it was hockey. I don't know if that'll be temperature, but I'll tell you 120 degrees, right, times 3 is 360, because those are 20-minute periods, 20 minutes, right, times 3, and the same times 3 times 120 to make 360, because those are the rules. We work with the rules and regulations. So let me just let this video play.
I just want to hear the word. I want to know all the majority of the words in the world. I want to know if it's really real that red exists and that they spell it R-E-D. And is it real that yellow exists and they spell it Y-E-L-L-O-W? Or is it low, yell low, or don't yell too loud, right? Is yellow opposite of what color, right? You look at Rubik's Cube and yellow and white go opposite.
Yellow and white are opposite. 65 for white, 92 for yellow, both 11. It's 5.5 in between what is between 6 and 5, meaning that the halfway between spaces, try to understand the halfway between spaces, and depending or not, the number is on row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, whatever row your number is on. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. All the angles, all the 45-degree angles. Do we go more than 45-degree angles to reach the next section of numbers? Because when you're counting numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it's actually 1, 2, 3 again. So do I need the first 1, 2, 3, or can I let that go and go to 4, 5, 6? So I can go 4, 5, 6 to 7, 8, 9 to 1, 2, 3 to 4, 5, 6, connecting, squaring off, boxing everything in. So then we have to understand the mathematics, the equation that's going along with that story. So
they're lighter colors and they're going to make things lighter. So I take all the elements, okay, of all the basic things we were ever taught, right? And some of them, once it becomes official, like when it gets down to obligations, you can't drive on the same side of the road if you're going in opposite directions. They're fixed things that'll destroy, and everything that happens. Then there's another piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Are we all using it, right? When you write in different languages, and I can't use all the languages, it's like mixing up all the colors, and it goes on and on and on.
So, and at the end of that, also that 0 doesn't happen, because when you start counting, do you start counting at 0 or do you start counting at 1? We don't have, you see, oh, what month is it? It's January. Well, where was month 0? Sorry. When January happens again. What do you mean when January? Well, January happens in October, but it happens on the backside of January. We got to flip the coin over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We flip the coin. 1, 2, January, February, March, April, May. Flip a coin. June, July, August, September, October. Flip a coin. We're into the same. Since Earth, okay, is understood at being 15, A, B, C, D, E, not A, B, C, not B, C, D, right? Not A, B, C, D, but A, B, C, D, E. And in not to show any difference, or right, is that when we have that, whoop, that's not the one, right? When we have that, right, you can only see 5 sides of this dice. When it sits on the table, you see 5 sides. So we want to, what we want to do, okay, is we want to replicate that. And when we replicate that, look what we get. From the 1 and 5, 5 and 1 to Mars, to what the E world, E and O, you must remember the E and O, like in the Mo Esso. They're just bringing back new Esso gas stations out here. Everything's coming back into full formation from whence it was created. So the E and the O, the fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and equals to 15 equals to the O. I'm just trying to remember where I was with this. So the opposite of these dice. So you count 2 through 6, which equals to 20, and that's the game of darts. And you count 1 through 5 equals to 15, and that'll be the game of pool. So now I'm expanding this so far and wide right now, I can't keep up to myself. I want to go back, finish with Monopoly. I'll get back with these, right? And just to note that this is the year 2015. Just to note, this is the puck. This is another confirmation that Mars goes with cold. Mars goes with blue. Mars goes with boy, man on the moon, hold your male. You want to hold the male for me? Adding on to the 11, 5 and 6, or how about the letter F? Or how about EFE for female to what is male? To woe, 38. Adding on the gold, adding on Mars to what is man. Woe man, 66. Connecting number 5 and 7. We connect 5 and 7 through 66. Most of my work, almost all of my work, is going to have a piece of art that goes with it, that something you haven't seen before. Otherwise, you've seen it before, but you just haven't realized, taken notice, or cared. If you can see where my mouse is, these two darker areas, that's 6 and 6. If you notice, it's going up, 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 right? But the 2, 4, 6 is what connects the odd numbers. 1 and 3, 13, connected by the 2. So if you wanted to say, yes, I'm 12, right? Your 12 is right here. An in-between area. Don't forget, these can be at a different height. You think they'd be overlapping. It could mean the left side or the right side, right? And you can see this one over here is the 2 is like a membrane in between the 3, and the 4 is a membrane in between the 3 and 5. So when you get the 6, you get the 5 over here and the 7 over here. So you get 5, 7, 5 DNA. That's where your 66 comes in, your woman, connecting to this 7th gate. Where this design comes from, okay, it comes from gematria, the piano. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So we're counting the 7. And gematria numbers goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. H is 6. I is 5. I becomes number 5, and R becomes number 5. Freedom 55. Remember, between 5 and 6 is 55. I'm getting something to drink. I'll be back in a minute. I have to just look on this. I hope I still do not. Where was I? Oh, yes. Just give me a minute. Hey, kitty, kitty. Where's the kitty? Hold on. And you know, many, many years ago, when I first began, I made this shirt like in 2008 or 2007. And it stands today. I had no idea that Rubik's Cube was going to be a big part of this project. I had no idea. So I want to get back to Mars. Mars also being gold. When we get to V1, V11, and V111, right, we're going to be talking about Saturn, which is also with Mars. And the difference when you play blackjack, right, it's 1.5 to a blackjack, or 3 paying to 2 when you get a blackjack over the dealer. Okay, so when you play blackjack, that 1.5 or that 3 to 2 both represent Mars, the pig. It also represents 32 is the pig, 51 is Mars, 32 is the pig. Hold on a second. I'm trying to think of another word. Oh, yes, ram. The ram is the bélier. And apparently The ram is Aries, and Aries is in the 4th month. I think it's at the end of the 3rd into the 4th, which telling me it meets, right? Okay, March, April, basically. And it's meeting at that exact time. Hold on, we have to go the 5 months, 3 times 5 months, Earth running as electric company. Okay, so what happens that in the 4th month, okay, we have the first zodiac sign. Mars is not the Mars, is it the ABC or is it the BCD? ABC is 6, BCD is 9, 33. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. They come together when ABCD comes together. And your ABCD is 10. It brings the BC world from both worlds together. 5 and 5 equals to what is 10, bringing your CB, citizen band radio connection, to rotation of the yin and the yang, whichever way you want to call that. Right? How do you want to call the S? Now that S, it's the 19th letter, but it's expressed in French as 10 and 9. So therefore, you can say 1 and 9. And when you say 1 and 9, I'm just going to do this right out here. When you say 1 and 9, right, you're talking about 2 different connections. You know, if you show up to the game to play hockey, you better bring your own equipment to practice. So everybody's got pucks, right? Everybody's going to start off on the center ice. You have your side. This one has that side. You have pucks. You have to play offense. You have to play defense. Imagine you only play your own team. You play yourself, so you have the offense and the defense. Well, you can look at this cube almost the same way. There's 3 opposite sides, and when the cube is down like this, there's 2 opposite sides this way and 1 opposite side up and down. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. You extend them. There's 7. There's a whole bunch of things going on here. Just to note that we spoke about 66. When we said 66, right, is what connects 57 and 5. 17, right? 5, 7, 5, that equals to 17. 17Q, your gateway. When you connect your 6 and 6 over here, it goes from 17 to 19. This is the moon, and this is Mars. Note that 7 is also connected to 13, where 5 is connected to 12. So we're going to connect this one to the male-female, or actually, and boy, if you want to call it, or man state. And this one, we're going to go to the female. And it's all B and G, or 2 and 7 before that. All underage, all B and G becomes both male and female. Under the age, sorry, it has to be 11. Sorry, it has to be 11. And this one is 3. It spells out gun. And we're going to get back to that word gun and gunpowder and the 357. It has to do with the electric moon right over here. Right over here. And it's only because this word has come up 3 times today, and army talk has come up 3 times today. It's ironic that yesterday they were talking about why the army time is read 0100, 2300 in this. And then they said something about Mike. I don't remember exactly what it was, something with communication. And then I went to the store and I saw a car with just a freshie hanging from the mirror, and it said Mike. And then I seen it some other place. Well, you want to call Mike as MK with IE. IE is 5 and 9, EIEIO. Born into the E world, born on the farm on the 6th day with the animals. We were born. EIEIO. And I mean, it's 1 and 4 to 6 and 3. 1 and 4 to 6 and 3. And then it's 5 and 4 to 3 and 2. In the army, ram. In the Navy, man. Army, Navy, Air Force, airborne. We were all born on a planet in space, in the air. Naval, trying to understand the word navel and with your belly button at the same time. We also note that we did add up Earth and Mars to 103 and Mercury in September, but these letters are JC, like for Jesus Christ. So when you write down those two names, they are not the person. They are nothing more than the words you see. And when I write them down to also what the opposites of their words are, or actually just another word, the same numeric value. And this one over here is going to say, here it's also matter and energy, and the number is 74. This number, star math, is 39, and this one is 63. Star math is you take the two numbers, you multiply them, 28-day cycle, and you add them, your 28-day cycle of creation equaling to 39 equals to your mirror creation, can also equal to this word that fits along with it. 10, net, 10. Yahoo, angels, heaven's birth. 2 O's, not 1 O, 2 O's. Mars, 2 O's. Earth, 1 O. So where Earth is number 52, gets 1 O. To where Mars is number 51, gets 2 O's. Did you know the names of Mars? Your children dream at night and you go, the names of my children, what are they doing? Oh my God, my children are dreaming. Are they having a nightmare? Well, do they have any phobias? Phobias. And what's that other word? Phobias, demons and phobias. I'm just going to see if I can see something. Demons and phobias. What are the names of Mars moons?
Mars has at least 2 moons, Phobos and Deimos.
Phobos and Deimos. Phobias and demons. Now, how ironic. And in Deimos, it says die, which means the die, the dice cube. So, and you can see they both end in OS. Now, is that 50-50? So Mars has 2 moons and Earth has 1 moon, right? Just trying to see if we can just see this one piece over here. So now what do I do? Do I do it like this and do it like this and do the other one? My question is, do I do it here? The extra legs, or should this, right? Should that be actually over here? And should these be over here? Showing me 888. 88 bicycle cards, right? 808 bicycle cards. We have any of those? Do we have any of those? Number 59, Joker. Joker, Jack. You ever hear of the god Ra? Har, like 1 and 8. 1 and 8. This is where the spirit, the one, okay, this one over here, the green and the bullseye come together. 1 and 8. 1 inside of 8. When you say 18 in French, you're going to say 18, which is also noted to be 1 and 8 and 9. Well, this is all 9. The 1 is in the center and owning 1/8 of each one of these, creating a singular value. The actual value for each of these, this total here is 45, is 40 plus 5. 5 to this value here and 40 all around. We saw that Joker equals number 59. EIEIO is 59. Why do things start with J? Is it because the 10th letter is J? Is it because A, B, C, D when added equals to 10? See, the thing about this dice is you only can do A, B, C. You go from 1, you turn it 45-degree angle or whatever, 40, is that 45 or 90-degree angle? Just turn it once, right? And if I didn't, I turn it to 3. But I can't turn it to 4 without going donk, donk, because it's the complete opposite side. So when you get to the third one, right, the fourth one takes you to the other side. So I went, actually, the movement is 1 over to 2 is one move. 2 over to 3 is 2 moves. My third move turns me over to the other side. So that means every 3 moves. So it's running at 120 degrees. This thing is running at 120 degrees. That's hockey. Hockey is 3 periods, 3 times 20 minutes, 3 times 120, 360. Although that's not the true day. Because in minutes, there are 60. And in seconds, there are 60. And when you go around the clock 6 hours, you have done 360. To me, that's 360 degrees. I don't care if the day is finished. I hit a 360 somewhere. It has to count for something whole. So with number 8, okay, with number 8, okay, I'm going to try and see if I can explain it. You do 120 degrees times 12. Okay, which equals to 4 times 6 in order to equal that. And when you do 90 degrees, you go 90 degrees times 40? No, I think I made a mistake. 12 times 12 is 140. Is this 1.5? Well, I don't know how come I'm having trouble figuring the 90 degrees out. I got so many things on my head. I feel a little embarrassed. Let me see. I can't remember everything. No excuses, soldier. Just keep doing the work. Okay, here it is. Here's the calculator. 1,440 seconds divided by 90 equals 1,440 divided by 90 equals 16. And then the other one is 12. So one of them is 16. The other one is, did I get that right? 120 by 12. Okay, that's it. As well, now we're going to take a look. Now there's 60 seconds. So in seconds, right? In seconds, if I understand correctly, it's seconds. So when you go 60 seconds, right, you do that 6 times. So that's 6 minutes. So every 6 minutes, you're turning one of the gears. Okay. Every 6 minutes, you're turning one of the gears a whole time around every 6 minutes. So you do that 10 times an hour. You're going to do that 10 times an hour. You're going to do that 240 times a day. And when you do it by the hour, right, it's going to be 6 hours done 4 times a day, or 8 hours done 3 times a day. When the 3 is used, I'm going to use 120 minutes. When we use the 4, I'm going to count this as the 90 minutes. 4 by 90 equals 360. 3 by 120 equals 360. So I'm trying to see if I did that properly. I may not have explained that properly. I'm going to have to go over that, but irrelevant. We were speaking over here 5 minutes ago, where Saturn is the 6th planet, where Mars is the 4th. All I have to do is flip this around and I get to Mars. Mars seems to have everything running at 1.5 times the difference, and that's an Earth number. Here is the pool game for the 15 balls. Here is the darts for the 20 around the dartboard. When you count 1 to 20, it equals to 210. When you count 1 to 15, it equals to 120. Both of these have something interacted with the moon. With the moon, yes, the moon, 2,160 mile diameter. 2,160 is 1.5 times 1,440 to fit in the 2,160. We spoke about Mars connected to Pac, cold, blue, boy, and gold. We talked about V2 is going to be Earth I'm going to mark that. But it's also going to be Saturn. And then where we have V3, which is going to be Electric Company and Waterworks, where the electric comes from, that's going to be Neptune. And I don't have a planet aligned really for this. So I'm going to have to go with Venus for now. And the reason for that choice is because V plus 1 is 6. V plus 2 is 7. V plus 3 is 8. Now, V minus the 1 is Mars. V minus the 2 is Earth. And V minus the 3 is Venus. And at the same time, we're only going to talk about Mercury, Venus, and Earth inside Neptune, Venus. And at the same time, each one of these are going to include Jupiter. V, V5, V for life, V for the 22nd letter, also representing the word go, tells me about green. Green tells me about yellow and blue coming together. It also tells me the word stop, because when I have green for go, I have to know that I'm going to go from my stop or keep on going, or did I have to start from a stop? But I always associate green with red and for stop. Green 49, red 27 equals to 76. And then which else did I get? We had green go, we had stop. Right, we also have ape. The word ape is number 22. A-P-E. 16, 1, 16, and 5. And in ape is A and E, arts and entertainment. One area fitting the center of 9. I was going to show you where the S or AI or the yin yang come in with this. Well, the yin yang comes out of this scenario. It comes out of a 9/11 scenario. I don't like this pen. I think I'm in love. I found a pen. Oh my God, I'm in love. A brand new pen. Wow. 9. We're going to get back to Monopoly in a minute. There's my 9. Here's my 11. Right? And what happens is we're going to have to take a look and you know what? I'm going to stop here. I'm going to read some of the messages before I fall too far behind. I need everybody. We're participating together. We're participating together. This is my house. You're all in my house. And we're all here for the same reason, for whatever reason that is. So I'm going to make one up. We want to know the truth about everything that's ever been created. But how can we know that? By finding the differences in everything that we know, that we trust within each other, that, oh my God, what do you see? I see 5 dots. They're black. It's a white. It's a cube. And how many people in the room are going to say that? And you're all going to agree. And we're all going to say, yay. So we're going to go, okay. We're like 99% say it's a cube. And we're going to say, oh my God, look, it could be a pen or a pencil, but it writes. So, and we all agree. So we can write the word right. R-I-G-H-T or W-R-I-G-H-T. G-H-T. Besides time, heaven, or teach, it's now HT, like in fight, instead of TH. So we're going to get to that in another piece. That's why we hear. So we can prove, like, where's God? Where did God go? I created this world. I'm God. I need some help. I'm going to build something. I need somebody to help me. I'm going to poof. There's another one of me and another one of me. And oh my God, there's more of me and it's all me. And hey, I don't want to fight with myself. What do I do? Okay, listen, I'm going to tell me and you. I'm going to tell me. I'm going to just be just me and you. We're going to have a prototype. When we're driving cars, you drive on that side when you see my lights coming the same way. The only way you come behind me is you follow the devil. That's right. You follow the elephant, the microprocessor, the mouse and the cat. Follow the other cars. Follow the trunk. Is it the elephant trunk? Is it the elephant with the small brain running away from the rat? Because the rat can be a mouse chased by the cat. Cat being electricity and waterworks. Cat doesn't want to go into the water. So you follow the devil, you follow the red lights. So you keep safe. When you see the white lights, you're in danger. That's a head on, or you have to stay on a certain angle. If you're on a one-way street, a 2-lane, right? You have to stay at a certain distance. When you're at a split highway, now you're at a different distance coming by. Those are between the 2-lane highway, right, to the 4-lane highway. One is talking about like where there's no interception. So when you're driving, that would be Mars, right? And then when you're driving with a terre plein, which means the division, that would be Earth. That would be the 9 lives of the cat. That's the planet you're on right now, right? Where the lights or the river is in between. Now let me go get something to drink. I'm going to come back. I'm going to check out what's going on. I hope I don't miss anything. We're going to do 9/11. We're going to talk about 666 or number 33 or 222 or 741 or 258 or 888, 1776. It's all been written right in front of us in the snowflake. It's right there. How can we know if we don't ask the right question? And when we have to understand E and O coming together, and we have to get back to Pooh Bear, understanding the beast and the donkey. We have to remember his name, and for me, it was EO. So what E and O when they come together is 515. We're going to have to talk about the opposite sides of the dice that I just showed you, which was 1 and 5 and 2 and 6, and it's 2015. All right, I'm going to get a drink. But it's the Hebrew year 5775. And like I said, 5 and 7 come together. So when 5775 came, we reached a gateway of 66. We got the 57, the first connection, to 75. We've been in there now for 84 years. The numeric value for Pluto is 84. The cycle and rotation of this planet is 28. And it takes 3 times the cycle, 3 by 28, equaling to 84, before we flip over. And in that cycle, 3 by 28, and if you use a dice with 21 dots on it, you need 4 dice, 2 for your opponent and 2 for you, equaling to the same 84 of Pluto. I'll be back. I like my hats. I like to feel that my mind is working. Should I really call this a brain? Or is this a processor? Is this just the cooler of the processor? Because if you think you keep all the information out here, it's all out here. Even with your eyes closed, what you hear, what you sense, what you feel gets typed into you. This is your giant receiver, your storage. When something doesn't go good and you can't think, why can't you think? If your brain's here and something's not here, is this occupying this from being able to process? Right? So let me go back where I am. Mars, Taurus, I fell off the bull. Absolutely. Mars, Taurus. I think Taurus is 100. Christ, Christian, number 77. Inside the word, that 8 comes from 22. Earth is that 3. It's that alpha beta creation, mother and father. And actually, if you want to talk about mother, it's 9. If you want to talk about it following the moon, the Hebrews is Abba, Ima, A-I, Abba, Ima. The thing also is Ken. We have to remember the word Ken, Ken. 11 and 5 is 16 plus 14 is 30. That's based Mars. I forget, there's another word that goes with the word day also equals to 30. That's Hebrew. That's Hebrew for yes. So yes in English is 30 and 19 is 49, representing green and representing 8, E-I-G-H-T. So the word 8 already comes with a T at the end. So when you say 18, you're not adding on 44. You're only adding on 24. So you're adding on a gateway with the word 8. And that gateway could be the processor of the cat. Number 24 is the word cat, C-A-T. Cat, 24 letters. The completion of the alphabet, okay, ends really on X. What happens with X is you split the alphabet at many levels, but I split the alphabet when I get to number 7, right? When you get to number 7, what happens? You split it 3.5 because of the cube, right? We split the alphabet. Let's start. We don't have to talk alphabet. We can just talk numbers if you want. So I'm going to go between 3 and 4. The split is at 3.5. That's the center of this dice. So that is 7. And then the complete opposite of that, right, is the 24th and 23rd letter, right? So the opposite of this is this, the opposite of this is this. So this splits, then this has to split. And when that splits, right, that's 23.5. That's 23.5 when it splits here. Now the split of the alphabet itself, okay, happens between 13 and 14. And that's 13.5. And it just so happens that the word sun, 21, 19, and 14. 2 and 1 is 3. 1 and 9 is 10 is 1. 1 and 4 is 5. It just so happens that the word ace is 1, 3, and 5. Just so happens the alphabet divides at the same thing. And when you take out the 13 ball and the 5 ball, they are orange. And when it's orange, it's made up of yellow and red. 9, 11. 13, just so funny because the letter and initials are here. Could be Mars, Earth, which are the 3rd and the 4th planet. Could be matter and energy. You know, matter and energy. So 77 and 74 equals 151. Same numeric value, perhaps Levi's 505, right? The same time, 1 and 4, 7 and 7 is 14, 7 and 4 is 11, equals to 25. Same numeric value for Jack, and it's the reduced value for Earth. And then it goes into 5 and 4, and then we have love, and we also have the sun. Love and the sun. If we want to count this as birth, but they didn't want to give away the secret, this is also number 54. Earth is 52. Teach in time heaven. This is 52 over here. So this one, sorry, where did I get 54 from? Why did I say 54? Something's wrong, right? See, this one here is 52. 1 and 4, 5 and 2. So it's inside of Earth. This one will create this here over here. This will create 9. This will create 3. Saturn. Saturn angels of Mars. Where in the world do I get this? Star math. Number 14. 1 times 4 equals 4. 1 plus 4 equals 5. 5 and 4 equals 9. Number 11 equals 1 times 1 equals 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 plus 1 equals 3. 9 and 3. The word angel equals to 39. The word Saturn equals to 93. And the funny thing about that is 7 times 4 is 28. 7 plus 4 equals to 11, equals to 39. If you minus it, it equals to 17Q. We stand on 17 in blackjack. All we're left over is 4D. 40 days, right, that come in. This is also the word for matter and energy, or if you want to go, we can also do this. We can also do the same thing. The 103 that we got before was for JC. This is the split of the alphabet. Now, if we go ahead and we want to work with 1 through 36, our alphabet will be splitting at 18.5. Or if you want to go 9 and 5, E-I-E-I-O, high 18. If I split the alphabet at this, I would have to shift the alphabet to where it would be A6 and Z31. Now we go 3 by, let's do this next piece over here. I talked about 93 Saturn. Did I talk about Uranus at 94, or Neptune at 95, where Pluto is 84 and Jupiter is 99. It's funny that 13 is also 99, where Earth is 52 and Mars is 51, 103, right? Or 13. So then we're going to have the bar mitzvah together. But in the time of the bar mitzvah, it's the female that will reside at 13. You remember we talked about 2015 being 5775, where 66 woman and freedom are those numbers. So what happens over here? It happens because when you become the age of 13, you are not becoming the age of 13. You came to the age and are 13. You are not living, okay, in the 13th year. You are now 13 plus. You are in the 14th year. When you write a check with the day on it, that check year means the year past. When you write a number for the future and you write, let's say, the 25th of May, which is 525. Wow, that's a very good number. I didn't see it. Happy birthday, Mom. My mom is 3 times 27. Okay, the Beta Gates. So, yeah, it's done. It's done. I mean, you want to write a check the minute you mark May 25th or the 25th of May. Okay, we already know. We've done. And for the next 365 days, you know 100% when you mark 2024, you know that those years are done. You are writing a check into the future. The check you're writing, sorry, I think you're writing it. No, you are writing a check into the past. If you think you're writing a check, okay, saying May 25th, okay, May 25th, 2024, that's last year. So you're writing a check into last year. Otherwise, you have to understand that when you write 2024 in a check, that was last year. 2024 was last year. We're in fact, everything we write up to, all our contracts and everything actually should be null and void. Unless it's written and you can show me in Black's Law Dictionary, okay, the true day of what day it is today. You show me what day it is in actuality. Because today is the 25th day of May of 2025. In the year 2525. Anyways, we were talking before also, and there's so many things going on, that Earth runs what A, B, C, D, E, equaling to 15. So Earth is going to run 5, 10, 15. How about it, Joe? Joe, Jack, John, J-O. How about it? Then they have A, B, C, D equals to 10. Okay, and that can be 2.5 if you want to work that way. That's right. Or you can work at what else can you work at? You can work at 5 and 5, right? And then you have BCD, which equals to 9, and ABC equals to 6. That's the beginning of that rotation. But anyways, let me get down to this, that we're in the year, it's the 25th. It's 2025, and it's the 5th month of the 25th day. These are all gateways. The multiplication, first of all, they're not only gateways, but they are actually the living of the star we are in right now. They are absolutely, this is where we arrived right now in one part of this equation. And I'm going to show you, actually, I shouldn't be doing it that way. That's the Mars way. Let me see if I can do it in full formation. I don't know if I could. Oh boy, let me see. Did I do this? I'm going to do it this way. I want to see if it works out with this also. I don't think so, but no, it doesn't work. Okay, it works out differently. And why I'm saying this is because if we had to look at just these four here, by making it equal, I can draw this line down here and this line down here. I can draw this perfectly to go around. But when you look at this, if I'm using these as my points, I'm trying to figure out which way I'm going with this, okay? But I'm using these as points because there's two ways. Here's 9 and here's 9. Here's my 4 with 9 dots. And here's my 16 dots with my 9 areas. So this is 9 and 16 pi. And this is 4 and 9 ID or DI. IPI, rest in peace, IP address, right? So in this one over here, if I'm running with dots, it's going to equal to 20 and 25. And where that 25 comes, all these odd numbers, 1, 3, 7, 9 is 20 plus 5. So I've connected this whole thing. If I can show you the calculator, well, 802. Just give me a second. Yeah, so when you're doing that, right, you go 2, 4, 6, 8, and then you put the X through it, right? 1, 5, 9, 7, 5, 3. Look, 1 and 9, 3 and 7. We're going to take a big look what's happening, right? So we get that over there equals to 45. There's 9 numbers, so the average is 5, right? So anyways, then we have this one over here. So this one would be Mars. This one's going to be Earth. And then there was the rest of the planets. Venus is number 81. 3 by 27, house of bait. B and G, right? Just like if you're going to say this. Number 27, that's where we are right now. When we look at this, 2.5, this is where we are, 1 and 6. Why? Because it's 1 plus 2.5, 6 minus 2.5 to get to electric company, the core of the dice. 3.5 by 8 equaling to 28, which equals to 11, which is not 11, but they say ounce for ounce. But the minute you say ounce in French, it sounds like 11. This would be your angel, your heaven. This is the center of the cube, 3.5. You need 8 of these to get to this, and that'll be a moon cycle. So I'm just bringing all these together, right? 1 and 6 are the opposite of your dice. That's your 7. In fact, number 1 is 34, and now you have 3 and 4. Now the opposite of 1 is 6, and that's 52, and the opposite of this dice is 52. 1 and 6 is 7, 3 and 4 is 7, 5 and 2 is 7. So now let me get back to this one over here, connecting everything. The year was 2015. Right? I'm just like going over everything here. If I multiply that by 13 moons, I get 75,075. Time, beast, 47, 47, 74. 7 times 5, 35. 7 plus 5, 12. 12 and 35 equals to 47. You minus it, it's 23. 23.5 is BCE, Bell Canada Enterprises. Communication, CB codes. Let me see if we did this 911 here yet. We were going to do number 93. So 93 is 3 by 31 equals to 93. But it also 2 by 31. Whoop, that was wrong. Then you go 31 by 2 is 62. That would be the queen of Saturn. Now, if I want to do it the other way, I go 13 by 3 is 39, and that would be for the angels. And then I go 13 by 2 equals 26, and that would be for the dog. Dog, God, game, number 26. Over here is, what is this? 8. This will be 20. This will equal to 2, 3, 4, 5, 60, 15, 65, 11 equals to 2 at the end. It's 2 and 4, the plus and the minus, I think it was. 65, 2, 8, 3, 8, 3. So let me mark the 2, 8 and 3, 11. 1 and 1 is 2. This one over here is is going to be this one over here is going to be 12. It's going to be 3. This one's going to be 8. It'll be 8. Did that come out to the same thing? Yeah, it did, because it's the opposite. Sorry about that. Did I show the camera in the wrong spot? It was because it's the opposite. 13 by 3 is 39. 13 by 2 is 26. 8 and 3. It's just ironic that this Rubik's Cube has all 9 areas on each side. But because of the dice, it shows me take away 7. So what's going to happen over here, right, is here is 6 and 3. And here's 1 area and 8. There's 9 and 9, equaling to 18. Take away 1 and 6. It equals to 11. It equals to 11. So if I use this side and this side, that's 11. So there's 3 different opposite sides. It's 11, 11, 11 equals to a total of 33. Well, isn't there more? Yes, there are, but it's 6 and 1, 4 and 3, 5 and 2, and that is your 7, 7, and 7 equals to 21. There are 54 total colors on this cube. But when it's sitting this way, call it the side of the ring. 11 and 11, 22, or 7 and 7, 14. The other way, right, over here, just call it 11 on the pole. Call the pole only 11 and 7. So in this equation, 2 times 2 equals 4. 2 plus 2 equals 8. 4 equals 4. 4 and 4 equals to 8. 1 times 4 equals to 4. 1 plus 4 equals to 5 equals to 9. In the second one, for the pole, 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 3. And here we have number 7. So here's 8 and 9. Here's 3 and 7. 1 is the pole. 1 is the ring. This is the extended version. 8, 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 with the top one. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 when you're working with the 11. When you work with the 11, you get 8 and 3. The heavens of creation, 8 and 3. Do you want to see a word that goes with 8 and 3? You want to see another word? You want to see another word? Monkey 83, ape 22, gorilla. Would you like to count it out? 1 and 24 is 25, and 27 is 52, and 22. That's right, 74. The same numeric value as angels. We have 11, and we have 11, and we have 4. 11 and 11 of 4 sides, 44. Division of night and day. Where else do we have with this? So we also have to understand that this is the amount of moons we have. And when you do the extension of this, right, knowing that 6 and 6, it's also male and female. Bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah because of the 12th and the 13th age. When you do the star math to this, 13 equals 1 times 3 equals 3. 1 plus 3 equals 4. 4 plus 3 equals to the 7. Letter is G. Reverse is T20. When you do 12, right, you go 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals to 3 equals to 2 equals to 5 E. Reverse V, 22. So when you look at this, right, 5E, 7G, 7, 7, 7. I'm just trying to look the way I should write it. 7, 5, 20, and 22. So you have G, E, T, V. So you have 5GTV 2022. 5775. Bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah. Following of the 156 and the 169 moons. See, this is the male getting the 6. Male. Female getting the 5. Now, Ima and Abba, right? 9 and 6 in rotation, the yin and the yang, Iba and Abba. You can flip these upside down. In fact, 16 over 19. Okay, 13, 16, 19. So now what I'm going to jump to, I think my water is hot, is the 911 to show you the 911. If you want to see number 13, right? If you want to see number 13, 22, 666, all those numbers, no problem. I'm going to make myself a little coffee, come back, stick around. You got any questions? I'm going to get to all the questions right now, and then I'm going to get on to 999. You know, somebody said I should listen to Terrence Howard, right? And yeah, I would listen to anybody. I can get on and just, hey, it's time. One of the ways to win, one of the ways to bring everybody together, I believe, one of the ways to bring everybody together on this planet and stop trying to say my God said this and my God said that, because my God, we have to remember more or less 2 basic rules. If you were in the other car, don't drive into yourself. If you were the opposite sex, don't treat yourself with ill respect. And it doesn't matter what's said in the book and what God says, because all the pain is what we live right now. And if we're the children, what did you teach your children? What was the basics to learn for the children? Now I have to think about the goose and the gander, right? We have to wake up. It's time to wake up. Let's start all over again. Let's just start all over again. Somebody might have everything in the world. You got all the matchsticks. You got all the matchsticks. But you know what? If we can sit down for 10 days and all those with all the matchsticks that show up at the grocery store just to buy food for the day, not those who can't afford it and buy food for the day, but I'm talking to those who can afford it and just buy food for one day, where every nickel and dime is just reinvested into making more for themselves and not putting everything together to help the less. I'm not. Anyways, let me look at all these. Let me see what I'm looking at. Above and below, man and woman, help meets, take one last stand, X-Men, X-Men, your car, your arc, your body, I'll put on an X plate. I'll talk to my ex-friends who I rarely talk to, or my ex-mate. Can you have an ex-friend? Powdered donuts. 2017, 37, right in the heart of the cube, right in the spindle of the cube, number 37, the crisscrossing right into a star. 273, the house of bait creation, ending September 30th to start the 274th day. The beast, Jesus, house of bait, the gateway in October, Libra, the 7th month. Ironic that the Hebrews who follow the moon, where Aries comes in as the first month during the Passover in the month of April, 4, to where we reach October, which is 10, the reverse cube, and 13 is 10-4, our communication, April and October. Our number count in rotation is 10 and 4. 3, 6, 9, 12, 1 and 2 is 3. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 20. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. 4 plus 0 is 4. 1 and 2 equals 3, rotation of 10. 3, rotation of 4. 5 and 6, 4 and 5, 9, rotation 10. 6, rotation 4. 7 and 8 equals 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 3, 9, 6, basic run out. Rotation 7 and 8, 10. 9, continuous rotation. Those are the actual facts of what I mentioned to you, and we work with the facts and the figures of where there's an acceptance on this planet, and all the add-ons for the what ifs. I like to work it as the professional way. What our computer does, what our computer needs to do, what needs to be done in professional sports. What's the difference between professional and amateur, and how do we take amateur? What amateur do we take into consideration? I like to go back to the 60s and 70s and look at it at the Olympics after 1945 up to I don't know which year, where you have to understand where everything was in the norm, was in the basic norm. Okay, just let me, because I can't say exactly what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 7, 8, 9. Right. And then in the second part of what I just spoke about, where we had 8 and 3, let me see. Right, yes. So where, right, you know when you say high five, right? Well, the high five, okay, is right over here. When you say his or history, it's actually saying high five. It's not telling the whole history. So here is 9, also going to match the sun and communication, sun. Down to over here, it's 7, 7 and 9. One is the birth, and the other one is the gateway. So let me answer the phone and yeah, what's up? I'm on doing a live, so it's going to be hard to talk. No, I'm not going to go. It's going to be after 9 before I can get out. And I took a little puff, so it's I can't drive for another half an hour. Monday. Okay, I'll let you go. Okay, ciao. Even though I'd like to go out, ciao. Yeah. So so what happens is now that we see the 7 here, if you remember from before, in the 9 being the birth, the 9 being keeps repeating. We only have 7 of 9. When you take out this cube, there are only 7 of 9 on every single side that you'll ever see at the maximum, and that's right here. If you drilled a hole in this and this one dot came out here, you'll have 7 and 9. Every single other one will be 5 and 4, the sun. The other one is the birth and the gateway. Now, 7 and 9 are special. They're very special, 7 and 9. But before I do that, we're going to do the 9/11. I'm going to answer the questions. And at the same time, there's even Fibonacci, binary code, the Mayan cycles, 13 and 7, 666, 13, 22, 33, 99, 77, 417, 258, 159, 168. Anyways, so now I'm going to show you 9/11, but first I'm going to sip my coffee and go over some more of the. So we have Bélier, which is Aries. Which is the 3rd to the 4th month. And then we have October, which is mixed up to September, as the 9th and the 10th month. And we have Libra, which is the Aries, which is the 1st zodiac sign, and Libra, which is the 7th zodiac sign. And for those who don't really see much between 1 and 7, saying the 7 days of the week. Now, what is it, the 7 days of the week for the 12 zodiac signs, right? Now, what do you mean? 12 zodiac signs is per month, right? But it's a kind of cycle. So we have to understand the 12 cycle. In another place, we see the 12 cycle is the 2 parts of the day split up to 12 hours and 12 hours. And now all of a sudden, when you get a penalty in hockey, it's 2 minutes. So we're running things by the 2s, by the 1s, the 2s, the 3. You play basketball, it's a 3-point play. And it could be a 3-point play by getting 2 points and 1 point, or all 3 points like electric company all at the same time behind the arc. And the arc is electricity. Could be Lincoln Electric. So let me, red hot October. Right. Whatever we say is, and what we see together. So you, me, and everybody else that's here, well, whoever is in that gang that we're in, is we are one of the subjects. We're the subjects of creation, to where God created everybody in Eight's image, AITH, teaching AI, male and female. And what happens is we can't interfere with each other. And where did the good Lord go? Well, the Creator rides in the web. Every breath we take is into the cloud of creation. Three, 3, 6, 3, 4 in the cloud of creation. It's in the blue cloud of creation. It's inside the house of bait. Number 36, right? Also will create 18 and 9 equaling to 27. So number 36 equals to 27, and 4 and 5, the sun particles are inside of this number, 4 and 5. 4.5 is in between that cycle, and that's 4.5, 45 is Fox. So just give me a second. 7 and 6 is 13. And 6 is 19. And 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 36. The numeric value for cloud is the same as the sun. 6, 12, 15, and 4, 19. 3 and 12 is 15, 30, 51. Plus 4 is 54. Why did I do it this way? All those reduced. 21, 2 and 1 is 3, 15. Wow, that's when these two are together, they're talking about 1 through 6 equals to U, 1 through 5 equals to O. These two together equal to 36. It also means location when OU come together. And these two are reverses of each other. 3 and 6 equals to 9. Everything comes together opposites at 9. The 15th and the 21st letter. 1 and 5, 6, 2 and 1, 3. 3 and 6 equals 9 per side. Inside of is 5 and 4, the numeric value for the word sun. Also the word love. The word love is right here, and it's a perfect word because the reverse of love is love, and it's only valued at 54, and it does not travel anywhere. It repeats itself. It's 54 and 54. It's exactly perfect. There's very few words that do the same. I can look it up now that AI is here to follow my instructions as I teach it for hours before it forgets. But that's okay. Libra is the 7th month. This is the 1st month. There are 5 months in between. 1 month and 5 months is 6, 1 month and 5 months. This is the first part of the zodiac. This is the second part of the zodiac. Parts in the planets, some of them turn this way and other ones turn this way. So I'm not sure how the retrograde and everything works, but there's a reason for it because the numbers do the same thing. Right. I know that name. I know that name. I noticed that you changed to that. It just looked like you. I knew that was you. I already knew. 22 degrees is the shade of a crater. Well, 22 degrees is that number for the ring. It's also for ape, monkey, gorilla. They all fit. Everything's going to fit. Everything fits because they become numbers. R2D2. Croissants are good. That's a good word. FEUS, 11 and 40 with 20 in between. Counting down with that T in between. I'd have to do, you know, what you can do is fetus. Just keep writing Venus, but only with 3 squares, right? There's so many ways to do it. I have a, let me just show you this for 1 second. Just give me a second. Maybe I can upload this. Let me just give me 1 second. Let me get rid of this. I'm going to show it, then I'm getting rid of that. 2 aliens and a child on a rename, delete overlay. Okay, now I'm going to Vidiglit, add overlay. We're going to work on this after. Okay, now we're going to come back here. You're going to have to explain that somewhere else. Well, 13, the basis of the creation, I'm not finished with the work yet, but M and K, the 11th and the 13th letter, they come together. They're both dark letters. They equal to 24, which is a gateway. The reverse is N14 and P16 equals to 30. I take that for day. So it's 6 and 3. They sort of have the, they meet at the center, those two numbers. Mona Lisa, NASA. Jose, J, Jose. No, no Jose. What we oh, Yahweh. I don't know. I have to think about it, but it's a 21st letter, so it brings a gateway together. 2 times 5, 2 plus 5, and in fact, the 20 the Y as being the 25th letter also works with B and E, also works with Earth, also works with Jack, also works at the high, like the high five or his as a word comes together. Also 88 or bronze and the third world come together. The reason for that is 8 times 8 is 64. 6 plus 4 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 8 and 8 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. So it creates a 17. 5 times 2 is 10 equals to 1. 5 plus 2 is 7. So we have the same thing in those numbers. I'm going to show you about gold, silver, how they come together. Right. Absolutely. This is, in fact, if you want to hide a secret, right, I'm going to go to another island over there and I'm going to put myself to work really, really hard. And I'm going to direct you what to do. Just looks like I'm a hard farmer, but I'm bossing the rest of the world. So my farm gets rich over time, but I'm doing it in silence. Hurt yourself, make everybody feel sorry for you, and they won't see it. The first thing they want to do to get rid of art and math. Wow, is that really true? Is that right? Let's try to take a screenshot of this, right? Because Abba Ema. Well, it's just I think it's IM, which is actually if you say Ema, you're actually like saying Miami, right? Abba can be a strike. IHOP, right? IH, very good. I like that. 15 and 16, the cube, the high cube. Breakfast pancakes, star piece. So to get back to this, if you want to look at this, is we are that end result. We have to rely on ourselves. Oh, God not showing up. Oh, God not showing up. We have to rely on ourselves. Where is our guidance? You cannot take the words for guidance. You cannot take books for guidance. So let me show you where 9/11 is now. And I'm quite sure you already know that when you take a look at this, right? When you take a look at, where's my pen? When you take a look at this, right? One, I mean, I don't know which way you want to look at it, right? We can do that, right? But actually, this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And here is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So here's number 1, 2, 3. So you go 1 and 8 is 9, 2 and 7 is 9, 4 and 5 is 9, 3 and 6 is 9. So I just did that. Now I want to do 11. 2 and 9, 11, right? Now remember where this one is. It went through the heart, right? Remember where this one is, right? It created the eye, and this is what creates the house of Bet. This is what creates the fox. This is the house of Beta Gates, and this is the spirit in heaven. These are separate. This one goes over here. It's the center. Now you're connecting through 4. In this connection over here, your 24 creates a gateway between here and here. And then another one happens between here and here. We're not going to get into that right now. We're going to go number where the monkey comes in, where Jesus comes in, right? To where 56:11 and 38:11 and 47:11. In this one over here, I did not use number 9. In this one over here, I did not use number 1. So when you're looking at AI, you're looking at 2 different star connections, and your connection is at 55 right over here. So these are all the stories. Now there's mathematics that would go along with this, right? 19 is S. It's the other side of the alphabet. It brings back A and I coming back together. I'm trying to see where what I missed. I want to do Monopoly. Okay, I want to finish the Monopoly over here. I don't think there's anybody. I just want to check out to see if anybody is saying anything on Twitter. I doubt it. I no longer have Facebook hooked up to this. I'm going to have to figure out how it's working. Wow. So it says one person watching on. Oh, yeah, I wrote that. Who ate the powdered donuts, right? Which is ERE inside of that. Okay, so let me get back to my. Okay, so I'm here. So here's the Monopoly. So what happens, right, is there's 4 over here, and there's 4 here, and there's 4 here, and there's 4 here, right? There's 1 in the center and 4, 4, 4. So it's 16 plus 1 equals to 17. Now, depending on how we move around and shift around, how we're going to count out the values. Over here, you have 2, 2, 2, 2. Over here, you have 2, 2, 2, 2. Over here, you have 2 as well. When you go ahead and use up this area over here, right, you have 6. Now you have 6, 6, and 6. Before, right, before you did that, you had 8, 2, 8, 18, and 18. These are your 2 different ways. And the same thing happens here, right? And it happens like this. When you bring down your trains, now I'm not sure if I should bring down my trains and do it in this side over here, right? What's going to happen is here's my train all the way down here, right? And then we're going to do the train all the way down here, and then the train all the way down here. So it owns all of this, the trains. Now, when you count around, it's 48 on the outside. Then this row here all the way around is 40. And the row here is 32. And the row here is 24. Look at that, the day. We have other rows on outside of the day. Then over here, you have 16. Then you have 8, and it's 1. 1 in the center could count as 0, right? The 9 can be the hole in the center. Make it 160. So what happens over here? We have, this is what it is. And then we can go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. 4 and 8 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 4. 3 and 2 is 5. So when we add this whole thing up, 1 through 8 equals to 34. 1 plus 8 is 9, plus 7 is 16, 22, and 9 is 31, 32, 33, 34. So it's 33 plus 1, if I want to count that. Now what's going to happen is I have a question, because these fit on all the sides. Once you get in there, once you come here, they fit on all the sides. All these sides are shared to here. So should I just stop here? 2, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and then this one connects everything. So 18 from the trains connect. 18, okay, it's 15 plus 3, where the trains connect. Now, what's ironic is that 5184, the Sun, Mars, and Pluto. So what's ironic is right over here. See this area over here? Where it stops on this line right over here, this line right over here. If you want to look at it, we can look at this one over here. It stops right over here where it says 80. Stops right over here. And that's 15 numbers. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. The minute you get here into the next three numbers, 15 and 3, these numbers are going to meet where the cube is and join the second numbers. It's going to be 15, 3, 3, 15, 6, 3, 3, 6 in connecting these numbers between the red and the black. And this comes off the roulette wheel. See the way it looks like there's aliens here? So that's what we get. We get the same thing over here. So what happens, right, is when we're going to connect, let me see if I can. See, we can just do this because we're doing that because the dice actually tells me. You see that? 5, and the opposite of that is 1. So we can do that. Then if we want to go to 3, we have no 3. The 3's over here. You'll never see more than 2 single dots on the side. If I keep it this way, you'll see a single dot here and a single dot here. You won't see the others because it's down here. Or I'll put it on this side, right? You're going to see the 5 and the 1 where Mars is, right? But you won't see the 3. And then you're going to have this over here. And then you're going to have this one over here. So what you actually have is 15 and 3 and 15 and 3 and 15 and 3 and 15 and 3. Okay, and they all equal to 18. Now, depending on how you're going to do the work, you'll go 30 and 6 or 45. You'll go 15 and 3, 30 and 6, 45 and 9, or 60 and 12. So if you're playing a game, you might be working at the 60 minutes, the 60 seconds, the 12 zodiac signs, to the 9 birth, to the 6 days of creation. I'm not sure which way you're going to look at it. But 6, 9, 1 and 2, 3 to 6, 9, 3. 6, 9, 3, 3, 9, 6. So these are all your trains. And in the total, did I do that right? Right. So I got that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got that right. Now, if I did that, we have to look at what's left over. So we have this corner over here. And then we have this corner over here. And then we have this corner over here. And then we have this corner over here. And each one of these corners are 9. Now their section runs like this. Whoop, I made that too far. And this section is going to be 5 by 3. 5 by 5. This way 5, this way 5. But it's going to be a total of 6, 9, 6. 6, 9, 6, 21. 6, 9, 6, 21. Now, does it make a coincidence that it's 21 on times 4 equals to 84? And now if we count in the corners, right? If we count in the corners, we get another 4 areas, right? We get another 4 areas equaling to 25. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 5, 25, 4 by 25 equals to 100. But just like the ABC rule equals to 6, add on D, we flip the coin over, 10 equals to 1, and we flip the coin over. So we can only use 3 corners and 3 corners, and it's just the way it is. From here, I see here and here, but I'm not here. From here, it's here and here. From here, it's here. From here, it's here and here. So everything's a little bit, you have to understand the way, the rules, the regulations. Now, I'd like to know, are they my rules and regulations, or can they be served for everybody's rules and regulations? Whoop. Can they be used for everybody's rules and regulations? So these, right? Let me look for my pen again. These are 100. Let me see if I got that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's 30. I got that wrong. That's 30. Did I get that right? Let me do that again. Let me see if I got that right. I was counting the corners. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Right. I got that right. Okay. So I got that 15, 15, 15, and 15. Did I get that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3. So that's 15. So that's going to equal to 60. Let's see that I do this right. And that's going to equal to 25. Right, right, right. And that's 100. And then the center here is 9, equaling to 169. That's exactly the way it is. 168 hours plus 1 in the week, 60 and 100. So this is A, B, C, D. This one over here is A, B, C. And this one over here, that right over here with the 8 and 1 inside of it, is going to be B, C, D. B, C, D, 4, 3, 2, 4 plus 3 plus 2, 9. A, B, C, D, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, 10 or 100%. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 6 or 60%. Where I believe we should be running a clock of 16 hours and 90 minutes and 60 seconds on the clock to be running in rotation of our day, except we're running a 24-hour day. Something ain't right according to these numbers. Again, there's another thing that we can do with this is we can remove the outside. We can remove the outside where the properties are and just count what's in the center here. And what's in the center there is 36, hold on, 32, 24, 16, and 8. There's 80. Over here, there's 88 on the outside, and there's 1 in the center. Bronze, this will create bronze. 8 times 8, 8 plus 8, 64 and 16 equaling to the 80. Now, I know there's a few more things I was going to talk about. I was going to put it on the board. If you have something to say, let me take a look at it and see if I caught up to my comments. I didn't look on this other site. I don't know if they're uploading to my Odyssey channel. I got 2 channels on Odyssey, on Rumble, and I think there's 2. One is called ME5518H, and the other one is ABCEHMU. If you wind that back, you'll be able to see it. I'm just going to go over here. I'm going to bring you into my last piece. Let me see this. I'm going to copy here, and no, I'm not going to go here or here. Let me see. Where am I? Okay, yes. I'd have to understand more about plasma, but I can't say anything. But everything is something more than it actually we think it is. And this one here. Okay, so this piece over here, okay, multiplier 1, meaning take your calculator, take a look at the number position, go down to resulting digit over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Multiply 1 times 1, it equals to 1. Okay, this is my first take of this. We're going to be doing another one. Now, when you do it, this is the cycle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. When you multiply everything by 2 and add it up to a single digit, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. 1 and 8 is 9. Now go to where it says time S. Well, it's supposed to be time, like times, like multiplication. So 47 of time is a multiplication, right? So when you go 1 times 3, 2 times 3, 3 times 3, 4 times 3, 5 times 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 times 3, you end up with the 369, 369, 369, 369, 369, 369, right? That's the order. This is what changes. When you go to number 4 multiplier, 1 through 9 on the left, if you follow where it says multiplier 4, everything multiplied by 4 and added up to a single digit, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, becomes 483726 159, 483726 159. Okay, now we're going to go to the 5 multiplier, and the 5 multiplier will become 5, 1, 6, 2, 7, 3, 8, 4, 9, right? And if you want to take the 5 multiplier into account, this row over here should be 225. This is our birth between 216, 225, and 234 inside of Mars. So then we come to this 516, 273, 849, right? Then we go to multiplier 6 and it becomes 396, 396, 396, 639, 639, almost like the number 3. If you notice, it repeats its number right over here on the 4th one. If you notice, this one never repeats, and it'll only repeat on the 10th one. And this never repeats until the 10th one. This one never repeats until the 10th one. Number 3 repeats on every 4th one. So we go to number 7 up here over to the right. Everything times 7. You can see the difference is always by 2. 7, 5, 3. Everything goes down by 1. Right? And then you go 7, 5, 3, 1, 8, 6, 4, 2, 9. Nothing repeats, only on the 10th one. When we go to number 8, if you notice 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is the same as 1, 2, 3, 4. They're just the opposites. And if you notice, 8 and 1 is 9. They go together. And number 9 is all 9s. It's all 9s. So let's do this. 1 and 8 come together. When you bring 1 and 8 together, this one goes down by 1. This one goes up by 1. Now we're going to go number 2. Over to the left, see the mouse? It says 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Everything goes up by 2, 2, 4, 6, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. We go over to number 7, right over here, 7, 5, 3. Everything is going down by 2 at number 7. Everything is going up by number 2 with number 2. Now we go to 3. 3 will go with 6. With 6, everything is going up, is going down by 3. 6, 3, and then 3 minus, let me do it from here. 9 plus 3 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 and 3 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. So 3 and 6 equaling to 9 brings you that number. And then 5 and 4. 4, 8, 3, 7, 2, 6. 4, 8, 3, 7, 2, 6. Everything is a separation of 4. We go over here. 5 minus 4 equals to 1. 6 plus 4 equals to 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 6 minus 4 is 2. 7 plus 4 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 7 minus 4 is 3. 8 minus, I'm just trying to, oh yes, 8 plus 4 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. Although it looks like there's a 5 separation, right? Right? It took 5 to separate them, but it's 4 to bring them back together. 5 separation, 5 separation, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4 separation. The sun. So you can see how, and now what you could do is 1 is opposite of 6. So you would now bring these two together and work these two together. If I had to bring these two together, I would exchange all these numbers, 1, 2, 3. 1 would become 7, 2 would be 5, 3 would be 12. 4 would be 10, 5 and 3 would be 8, 9 and 6 is 15, 1 and 5 is 6. So you can see how this to a single digit would remain the same. This one would become 5, this would be 8, this would become 2, and this one would be 7, this one would be 1. So this to this switches everything around. And if you know the cube, right? If you look at the cube, right? It's exactly the way the cube is built. I'm only telling you the story off of this. And if you look at it long enough and want to understand, you'll see I'm telling you exactly what is going on. So the rest is up to what? We have to just take this a step further. Okay, so now I see there's 4 people on. I was wondering if anybody wanted to say anything, to ask any questions. I'm here right now. I know there's more to do. I'm definitely not done. I can definitely use a couple of upgrades. It'd be nice to, if I can get some sort of connection to speak to anybody out there like Terrence Howard. I'm just starting to look up Terrence Howard now. I'm gonna watch some of his stuff. I'm still like 4 or 5 hours behind on a bunch of videos. I wanted to watch the Keys to Wisdom, Mighty Messer, etc. And in order to complete something, sometimes you have to detach from certain items and call it work, just so you can enter something else into your mind. That's about it. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. I definitely have a little bit more on my tablet. Probably a little bit that we haven't seen, like the different number exchange cycles. Because what I just showed you, right? What I just showed you in that grid is going to change cycles around. Now I can displace numbers and move my numbers around. When I come up with 639, anything that ends up in the 6 box, I'm going to put in the 1, 4, 6 position. So now things switch position by having a multiplier. I'm now going to relocate my 1 through 9 in their boxes and put them in different positions. Also to note, 3 to a corner, 2 on the inside. Also to note, if I had 2 Rubik's Cube, I'll put them next to each other, or I'll put one in front of the other, overlapping this. The other one overlapping this one. All you'll see is this one over here. And come up. Come up. Come up. Come here. Come here. What do you want to say to me? Say hi. Oh, what are you doing? Yeah, so my concierge calls me and says to me, I want to come take a picture of your heat pump. When you took a picture of it, when you put it in. So, well, I want to come take a picture with a special camera. I don't want to say that, but somebody give me a comment about that, because I just don't like it. I just find an invasion of privacy to come take a picture of something you already took a picture of for insurance, you know? And anyways, I'm always being bothered. So anybody help out this channel? Here's my email. I'm not really sure what's open. I really don't have any connection to anything. Maybe this email, if you ask me, just send me an email if you'd like to help me out. That'd be fantastic. Yeah, I gotta stay at this, and I need more pens. I need more books. I need to upgrade a little bit. I don't want to put any burden on anybody, so nobody's obligated. I'm just looking for somebody. If you want me to be around here and work together, perhaps create a program that we can all see that the truth lies in the words in creation, that the good Lord has never left us, but is part of each and every one of us, each and every individual. And when we come in here, we're the resident angels. We get an IP address, and when we leave this planet, we get an RIP address. Rest in peace. 6 feet down, 2 feet up, 2 and 6. Bless everybody. Have a good night. Thank you for watching.